The effects of chemically sprayed foods. The effects of chemically sprayed foods are not good for the environment or people. The insecticide and pesticide sprayed foods can have a bad effect on the environment and can cause harm to people as well. How the pesticides are dispersed. Pesticides are dispersed via rainwater and soil and the food. When it rains, the pesticides can get into the soil, which can then get down to the produce, and then that's when all the produce becomes contaminated with the pesticide. Animals and livestock. It is best to keep the pesticides and insecticides away from your pets and livestock because it can cause great harm to them. And the pets are outside, and it can easily cause harm around your home because you have pets that are outside, and they can get a hold of these pesticides through whatever plant is planted. And if they're playing outside or anything, it can cause harm to them. Health problems in people. Pesticides can cause great harm to people that have gotten in touch with the pesticides or the insecticides. It is not good for humans, and it is not good for them to ingest those pesticides that are on the food. They can cause cancer. It can cause skin irritation if gotten on the skin, and it can even go as far as being in a coma, or it can even cause death. Organic foods. Switching to organic foods can be a way healthier choice than eating non-organic food because the organic foods are not sprayed as much with pesticides rather than eating the non-organic food, which is contaminated with those pesticides. So going organic would be a healthier choice, and it's also safe for children to consume the organic foods, the organic products. Preventatives. To prevent getting in contact with or consuming the pesticides that are on the produce is to make sure that the produce is washed out thoroughly, and make sure that you opt for a better option, which is going to switch to organic foods instead. Fungicides. Fungicides are added to the crops to make sure that the pest does not eat the crop in the process of which it is growing. It is also to be kept in mind when the pesticides are on the produce, how much of the pesticide is going onto the produce. Agriculture. It must be watched of how much pesticide and hormones are put into the produce because it is not healthy. The pesticides are just made to kill the pest and not the crops. Consumption. When eating foods that are sprayed with pesticides, the produce needs to be washed off thoroughly. It is talked about that when the produce is not washed off thoroughly and consumed by humans, it could cause reproduction harm to the male and can cause problems in the female as well. Healthy foods. Foods that are sprayed with pesticides can be washed off, or switching to organic foods is even better also. It is good for heart health, and it aids in weight loss, and it can be enjoyed when it's prepared correctly. The intention of pesticides. People have used pesticides for ants, rodents, and all kinds of creatures. Pesticides can also cause major health problems and it can cause risks. How pesticides are used. They are used to keep away fungus, molds, weeds, and so on. Harmful effects of fungicides on produce. There is a list of produce that are contaminated with fungicides, which are like strawberries, apples, and even the green vegetables such as spinach and kale. And most pesticides can cause cancer, breast cancer in women.